Okay, guys, so this is going to be audio only. I talked to you all about this before, but I want to talk to you again about it because it really, really, really needs to hit home with you. And you have to, if you're involved with someone who you may make the mistake of marrying, making a future with this individual, that would be your biggest mistake ever because everything about you, well, it's already irrelevant with a narcissistic partner. But then the things that a good person would do, like I'm talking women with a narcissistic man, the things that a good man would do that a narc will never do, okay? Never do. A good man will make sure that you have health insurance if you don't already have it with your job. And if you have it with your job, but his is better, and you're supposed to have a future with this person or you're going to marry this person, they would get you on a very good insurance to make sure that if anything happens to you, you are covered. That's what a good man would do. A narcissistic man doesn't give a shit about your health, your future health, coverage for you. None of that is relevant. So you will not be the beneficiary if something happens to them, even if they swear up and down that you are. Don't count on it. If they got a raise on the job, there's a strong possibility you won't know about it. And if you do, that person, that narc, will not share that money with you that, hey, babe, I got a raise. Let's go to that restaurant you always wanted to go to, that expensive restaurant. My treat. That's what a good person would do, a good partner would do. No health insurance, no beneficiary, no life insurance. Um, you just going to get the bare minimum if you even get that. Now, I'm a little emotional because money has been giving me problems for a lot of years. But I would have a lot of years where I would have no pain with it. No pain at all. So it's easy to forget. You know what I mean? Like your body lets you know there's a problem, but then it lets you forget for about, years and years and years, and then it plucks again, and you're like, okay, that's weird. That doesn't feel great. Maybe it's arthritis. Maybe it's because the weather's changing, which makes you feel it hurt worse when the weather changes, whatever. So we always excuse it away. But the reality is, if you are with a good person, that person, the first time you felt that pain or that weird thing going on, because you're with a good person, and we're comparing a rattlesnake to a good person would say, well, babe, why don't you get that checked out? We got good insurance, so why don't you get that checked out? When I was so called married, I never was given that opportunity. I was able to cover my doctor's visits and my um, medications because they weren't outrageous back then. But so far as real insurance, there wasn't any. And then, so I could have, if I had married the right person and they have a conscience, they would have made sure I was covered a long time ago. And if I still complained about it, but I didn't go, that person um, that person would say, you've been fussing about that a little bit. You need to get that checked. Listen, I'll take off work Thursday. We could go together because I know you need some incentive to go because you're trying to avoid going. That's what a good person would do. But if you're not with a good person, you're going to be financially stranded. Do you know that I had to apply for, I don't remember what it was, some type of assistance. I don't remember if it was medical or if it was, I don't know. But I was married and I still had to apply for assistance because he had a death grip on his money. Do you know how that feels when you have to swallow your pride and ask for assistance because your so called spouse doesn't give a flying frick about you and what you're doing? And that son of a bitch was making bank fat dollars. And I had to apply for assistance because he refused to give it to me. I almost lost my cars because he was late on the car payments on purpose. I was late on rent a couple times where I used to live because he was late with the rent. He argued about bills. And when I told his sister that he used to argue about my mom, she lives in Pennsylvania. I knew his mom lived in Pennsylvania. He didn't tell me she lived there, but he said she's got every TV on in the house and every light burning and she don't pay half of what she pay. So he's basically acting like it's my fault that the electric is so high. Electric companies are not regulated by law. They could charge you whatever the freaking hell they want to charge you. If they want to charge you $1,000 a god dang month because you turned on one lamp for the whole month, there's nobody to stop them. Okay? He argued and argued about money and bills and money and bills and money and bills. How the fuck old are you and you don't know that bills have to be paid? Because when he argued me about those bills, that was money that he was putting into his horse pocket because he was never faithful. Okay? That money was going towards his little sluts. And his sister said, well, I don't know what he's talking about their mom's electric bill. She was a senior citizen. She had a senior citizen discount. And when I brought that to his attention, when she told me that, remember you was talking about your mom don't pay nowhere near as much as I do? She had a senior citizen discount. And I waited and all I heard was crickets chirping in the background. He didn't have nothing to say. He can't come out and say, well, the real reason I complained about the bill and compared is because I was putting money in my little side piece's pocket. I was paying their bills. He can't really come out and say that now, can he? Y'all better be careful. Y'all better be freaking careful because you don't want to be in the boat I'm in. You don't want to be neglected. You don't want to be penniless when this person dies because you lost your job because you needed extra time off because your spouse died and you found out you had a mental breakdown because you found out that that son of a bitch sent the money that was in the bank to somebody else because they were terminally ill and didn't want you to get a fucking dime when they died. This is the kind of shit you're looking at. This is what you are looking at if you get with a poisonous, toxic, nasty, self-absorbed asshole. This is what you're going to be facing. You could have heart problems. You're going to probably die if you're waiting on them to give you coverage. You can't fall into love. You have to use some logic. And don't make the mistakes that I made. I married a freaking narcissist. It was the biggest mistake of my life. And I got no problem telling the bastard that too. And I have told him, you are the biggest mistake I've ever made in my life. One of them, I should say. You are going to be penniless. You're going to be stranded. I know of one couple, he was abusing the hell out of her. She had a child, and he took the car from her so that she'd have to walk with her baby wherever. And he was in the military. And I said, if you ever get involved with another military person again, you tell their first sergeant or their sergeant in charge, because the military don't play that shit. Absolutely no. You get his first sergeant, because I think he was in the Air Force. I don't know about the other branches, but I know Air Force don't play that shit at all. You're abusing, you're active duty military and you're abusing your spouse? Oh, hell no. No, 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 absolutely freaking no. So I'm not going to make this video too long. Y'all better think critical thinking, the importance of critical thinking. If I date this person, what will result of that? If I sleep with this person that I just met, because everybody's doing that dumb shit too. If I sleep with this person, screw this person that I just met, how can I handle the aftermath? Can I handle being blown off? If I get involved with a narcissist, if I fall in love with the narcissist, if I marry a narcissist, what can happen as a result? You better watch your own money, because they don't give a damn about you, your money, your health, your insurance, life insurance, beneficiaries. They don't, please. They can inherit something like a house or land, and you will have absolutely nothing to do with it. They will make sure that it's in their name only, and they will make sure they'll put every block they can to make sure you don't get access to it. And you're the freaking spouse. Y'all better think. Do not make the mistake that I made and marry a freaking narcissist. Don't you dare, because you will screw yourself so hard, you will destroy your own life doing that. Because you'll be married to the devil. Y'all take care.